Hello, my name is Carol Arambula, and I'm Global Program Manager on Migration and Displacement at the ACT Alliance. In 2025, the conditions driving people to move because even more severe conditions became unprecedented. Across the world, millions of people were displaced by conflict, climate change, disasters, inequality, and economic hardship. While governments increasingly responded through securitized migration policies, tighter border controls, and more restrictive approaches to human mobility. For ACT Alliance, this raised an important question. In such a rapidly changing environment, where can a global faith-based alliance make the greatest contribution? The answer wasn't developed from Geneva or any single office. It came from our members around the world. The environment for migration work became significantly more difficult during 2025. Faith-based organizations, humanitarian actors, civil society or entities faced shrinking civic space, new legal restrictions, heightened scrutiny, and declining funding, even as humanitarian needs continued to increase. In many countries, supporting migrants became more politically sensitive, while harmful narratives increasingly portray people on the move as security threats rather than as individuals with rights and dignity. At the same time, migration itself became more complex. Climate change was accelerating displacement alongside conflict, poverty, making it clear that migration could no longer be addressed as a standalone issue. It intersects with climate justice, peace building, humanitarian response, and gender justice, requiring more integrated and coordinated responses and approaches. Despite these pressures, ACT members did not step back. They adapted, collaborated more closely, and continued defending the rights and dignity of the people on the move. What stands out across the alliance is that members are responding differently depending on their context, while remaining united around shared values. In Latin America and the Caribbean, members strengthen regional coordination by establishing ACT's first community on practice on human mobility and climate justice. Together, they move beyond isolated advocacy efforts to coordinated regional action. They developed national advocacy plan, strengthened engagement with governments, and documented the lived experiences of communities displaced by climate change. Those stories became tools used during the second regional review of the Global Compact on Migration in 2025, ensuring that community voices inform regional and global policy discussions. Rather than speaking about climate displacement, ACT members brought forward the voices of those living in it. In the Middle East and North African region, members reactivated the Church in Migration Project initiative, strengthening collaboration among churches working in highly sensitive contexts. Alongside this, they advanced theological dialogue on migration and displacement, helping faith communities engage with migration through dignity-centered and rights-based perspectives, even where civic space continues to shrink. Beyond these regional initiatives, ACT members also strengthened their engagement in global policy process. Throughout the year, the Alliance remained actively engaged with the UN Network on Migration, IOM, UNHCR, and the Platform on Disaster Displacement, contributing with evidence, policy recommendations, and faith-based perspectives on migration governance and climate-related displacement. This work ensured that local realities inform international discussions while strengthening recognition of faith actors as credible partners in migration governance. Across all regions, one lesson became increasingly clear. Protecting rights today requires more than responding to emergencies. It requires sustained coordination, stronger evidence, trusted local relationships, and advocacy that connects communities directly with decision makers. And it also requires a narrative shift. Recognizing both the challenging global context and the growing maturity of the program, ACT Alliance launched a global consultation process with members across every region during the last semester of 2025. The purpose was simple, but important: to listen. We were able to map where our members are working, what are their main priorities, reflected on emerging challenges, and consider where collective action could create greatest impact. The consultation also renewed the Migration and Displacement Reference Group with stronger regional representation, youth participation, and ensured that the program would better reflect the diversity of the Alliance itself. That process ultimately led to the reactivation and consolidation of ACT's Migration and Displacement current program architecture and reaffirmed our four strategic priorities for the years ahead: protecting rights, shifting migration narratives, influencing policy at multiple levels, and strengthening faith-based solidarity. Perhaps most importantly, the consultation helped clarify ACT Alliance's unique role. Our comparative advantage is not only responding to displacement, it is connecting local realities with regional and global decision-making, because ACT members are rooted in communities and trusted by the people they accompany. They are uniquely positioned to bring lived experience into policy spaces, strengthen rights-based advocacy, and help shape the public narratives towards dignity, solidarity, and justice. As migration continues to shape our world, the need for coordinated, rights-based, and locally grounded responses has never been greater. The experiences of 2025 demonstrate that even in increasingly restrictive environments, collective action remains possible. By strengthening collaboration across regions, amplifying community voices, integrating migration with climate change and other programs, and reconnecting local realities to global policy processes, ACT Alliance is building a stronger, more coherent movement for the rights and dignity of people on the move. Because ultimately, migration is not only about borders, it is about people, and ensuring that wherever they move, their dignity, rights, and humanity move with them. Thank you.